Hello ladies and gentlemen, it's Greg here again with a second update on the diorama I'm building for the little Panzer III House M. So I'll bring it in and we'll show you how far I've got and what I've done. It's mainly all the work is on the house itself, so as you can see I've got the colours down, brickwork, all this needs to be weathered yet. Everything needs to be weathered. The door there is done, which needs the glass breaking. And if you can see, I've made a little door handle and some hinges out of foil, so they'll be onto the inside of a door, just hanging on by one. I think I might just do that, I shall see. And I've put all the I'll show you that. All the windows I've put in from the photo laser cut parts, which left me a lot of these little squares. So I halved them and painted them, and I'm going to use them as the tiles off the roof, so it'll go in the debris. So just use them up. So I thought, well, yep, good idea. We'll do that. Need finishing off weather yet, but should be fine. All the wood is in there at the moment. It's all going to be off the debris, and I'm going to put where's it gone? A flag on the outside. I won't show you what it is, but it's going to hang from one of the windows anyhow, so it's one of those, we should say. So that's going to hang on top of the from one of the windows. So as you can see, the glass is in there. I've got to dust the glass yet. Show you a bit closer. Yeah, the glass has got to be like, I'm going to get a spray gun and just sort of spray from behind or whatever, just to get a little bit of dust, obviously from all the muck and dust from the explosion. Some of the glass is going to be pitted with the dust. Some windows haven't got anything completely, they're just blown away and shattered. Yeah, so the colours I've chose for the outer house, the exterior, is I chose, on the bottom I chose grey green, which is Japanese grey green, which is XF76, and for the top I used just the buff XF57. Where we are, XF57. Also I used the neutral grey for the grey part, which is a Vallejo. Where we are, there we go, which is a Vallejo neutral gear with grey 70992. Excuse me for saying that. Yeah, so this all needs weather. I have these, I bought it a long time ago, propaganda posters, so I thought I'd just stick one on there. Obviously it's going to be weathered with the exterior of the house. It's going to be weathered, so let me just bring a bit of light into the front. I don't look any difference. There we go, is that better? Yeah. Yeah, so quite happy with that so far. I've just done the brickwork at the moment. All I did with the brickwork is I used the dark yellow from XF, which dark yellow. I used Vallejo paints actually. Yeah, dark yellow, hull red, and sand yellow were the three main colours. Painted it. I think it came off Laser Creation World. I'll put a link to his site. Superb, absolutely brilliant diorama. Superb. Makes them all himself and laser cut stuff. But yeah, I think that's where I got this idea from him. So it's painted basically the dark yellow, leave that to dry, and then you go in with the hull red and the dark yellow. But it's like almost like dot oil filters, putting dots of the colour, the red and the yellow all over, and then stipple them all in until you get a nice colour with the brick, with variation in colours all the way around, and let that dry, and then I actually give it a silk coat, satin coat, silk coat, whichever it was. Let me have a look which one it was. I think there's a Vallejo product again, yeah, which is the satin, polyurethane satin varnish, which is there, which is number 26652. So I'll give that a spray. Last thing I did last night was spray that, leave that to dry overnight, and then I came in this morning. Made a slush out of just like normal floor fillers, I've got this stuff at the moment. I couldn't get any in pound fans, we're all sold out, so I had to get a more expensive one. Just very purposeful. I let it down with a touch of water, and I put it in that one. I used, where's it gone? London, just a couple of marks of London Grey into the mix, and a touch of water, so it's like it's paintable on. So I've got the colour there, and I just slapped it all over the brickwork. And then before it, before it's dry, obviously, you just go with a cloth and dab and rub off and paintwork, and it leaves back the mortar in between the bricks. So I'm quite happy with that. So that's done on there. So I'll just bring it a bit more central. That's better. Yeah, so that's what that's done. So obviously got to weather this at the front, but I'm going to leave. I'm going to concentrate now onto the paving stones at the moment. So that's going to be the next thing. Let's have a look at what we've done on the inside. We've got the wallpaper on, and there's my pointy stick. Let's use a brush. Yeah, got this floss down solid now with skirting board or whatever is around it. I made some little frames. I was bored, but I thought, oh yeah, why not do a little couple of frames? That's made out of balsa wood, and I found some. I think they were out of the modelling magazine that I get, which is Military Modeller. Yeah, Military Modeller, and I just took some pictures out of there. There's some minute, like showing you figures and things like that. So all that is there is a picture. I think it's Napoleon in there or something. I don't know, whatever it is. So I thought I'd put that in. And the other one here is a mirror. So what I did with that, made the frame, I painted it behind it with a silver. No, I didn't paint it. I used the stuff that Paul's Military Modeller sent me, like for mirrors and things on your cars. I put a piece of that in there, and I put some glass. Broke the glass, put that in there, and got some dust and things like that, and weathered it up on there. So that's what that one is. That's like a glass. So I'm going to put down here, once I do all the debris, put a little bit of glass down there. Although you might not see a lot of it, but it's still there. And as you can see on these parts on the windows down here, I've made some. Just used the green wash that I use. I made for the. Let me think which one it was. Can't remember what I made the wash for now. I can't remember, but it was this wash I made anyhow. It was actually filled. It was sap green, so that we use that as a filter. Sorry, as the on there to get the sort of green, sort of the green runoffs off onto here, just under the windows and things like that. They didn't really show up too much with the green on there. So all this weathered is with the my mix again that I made, which is the where's that gone now? Where the hell's that gone then? Oh, it's there. Just pop that back in there. Yeah, which is my own mix again. Just put it all together. Basically, it was when I was doing the I think it was for the tiger, and there were only little bits left, so I mixed it all together, and I came up with a sand, dust, and Starship filth mix. And these are all Abteilung 502 oils, so you get that nice sort of grey, grimy colour. So that's all that is. I stippled that on there, and then before it dried again, just got a damp cloth and just stippled away with it until I got what I wanted on there. So it's quite nice. I like the weathering on the inside. Still not finished. Obviously got dust and everything to go in there yet. Plus another floor which is ready to go. And then again I used the same dust wash and Starship just to weather the floors, to dust the floor slightly before the rubble goes on. And obviously we have this one to go on yet on the top, which again is being weathered with the same thing. It just needs fastening down, and sort of the skirting board on the outside of it. There we go. Come back in again. Yes, so that's got to be fastened in obviously and levelled up, as I say there. And then obviously we'll have some rubble all the way around, and it's on the inside and on the bottom as well. Oh, stay there. Well, I'll put it down there for now so don't knock it off. And on the bottom I did another picture frame down on the bottom, which you can't really see. Oh, you can. Can you see if I tilt it? Just underneath into there. There we go. Just in there. Yeah, so far so good. So yes, I'm going to leave the weathering now for a little bit. on the house. I'm going to concentrate on now on the paving stones to start with, so I'll get a sort of a, I think I'm going to do them three wide. I'll just use PVA glue, I think, just to stick them down, and then we'll go from there. And then the curb stones, and then all that little stones for the road, which are going to take quite a while to do. And also I've got to cut, there we are. I can't really see down there, in there with the side there, because there we are. That's got to be cut down for the bomb crater. So what we want to be, I might do that next actually, and trim some of the wood down and have the bomb crater ready to rock and roll. Yes, so I think it's coming along quite nicely. I'm quite happy with so far what I've done. So now I'll say it's just a matter of the groundwork now, getting all these paving stones levelled up and whatever, and away we go. Shouldn't be too bad. It's the road that's going to be the killer. But yeah, the steps came out alright, not too bad, a bit rough and ready, but that's how the wall's going to be. They're going to be damaged, chipped, banged about, and things like that. Yeah, so I've just done the door, letting that to dry. I've got to smash the glass in it yet, but you see the glass there. Just the back, you can't really, you know, that's the only thing. It wasn't a double door. I'm trying to cut some thin wood to cover that, and I couldn't get it thin enough. It would look too chunky. So when it's going to be sort of closed anyhow, in sort of that position, there we go. If I put it in there, no, get in, you came in before. So. Anyhow, it's going to go in that way. What am I doing? Messing about as normal. So it's going to go in that way, sort of thing, so we can't really see the back of it. It's going to be almost closed, and there's going to be rubble and things around that as well. So yeah, so we're getting there, and I've kept all the offcuts and the wallpaper, which is in here, and the broken bits of glass from the windows I've kept as well separately, so they're all going to the rubble. And all bits and pieces in there, some of the window frame pieces, all that kind of stuff. And I tried using the pigments. You know, I was going to say about the burnt wood. I tried pigments. It came out okay, but I said to set them on fire just a little bit with a, I don't know if you can see them properly. I've got a reasonably, to set them on fire just at the ends. You know, so I'm going to do that with a few bits and pieces, and I'm going to do the rubble, and I'll stick them in there, and we'll go from there with all that. So yeah, we're okay, we're moving along nicely now, getting there. I'm quite happy with it so far. It's a nice simple thing to put together. Obviously jointed there, sanded it down, and got a smoothish. Still see a little seam there, but I'm not too bothered about that. But see, a nice simple thing to put together. You know, I do think you get the floor plate on this kit now. I don't think I got one. We just sent me the house to start with, so. But there is a floor kit that goes to complete plaster base with all the stonework and everything done on there, so that would save a bit of time. So yeah. Right, so that's enough of me rabbiting on. So I'll go away, start doing the paving and the curbstones, and once I've done that, I'll come back and show you what's the. So I'll actually do the weathering as well on the. I'll do the paving stones first, the curbstones, and I'll weather the outside and sort of the outside of the house. That's not going to take too long, but I'm going to drill some holes as well. I'm going to use the Dremel with one of the little ball-shaped things on the front, just you know, a couple of shots and things like that. It's going to be damaged up. Yeah. So, rabbiting again. So this is thank you very much for my new subscribers. I will do a 2000 giveaway very shortly. Not sure when, but very, very shortly. And, you know, it's a thank you to all my wonderful subscribers and the kind comments that I kept getting left for me, which is, I really do appreciate them, and I do eventually get round to replying to them eventually. But so thank you once again. So we'll catch you on the next update. So this is Greg signing off, and we'll see you very, very soon.